Hi, my name's Stephen Day. I'm the creator of the Systems for Outsourcing platform and training program. Today we're going to talk about what to outsource first. This is a really important thing to get right. It takes a lot of time and effort to get yourself a new VA and to hire a good one. And so you want to make sure that when they start with you, you've got stuff for them to do. Because the last thing you want is for them to be waiting around for you to figure out what it is you're actually going to get them to do. In the meantime, they're looking for other jobs, and the worst case scenario, that after all your hard work in finding and getting a VA into your company, then they go off and work for somebody else. So starting this process now, no matter how far you are in or not in to actually process of hiring yourself a VA, the time to start this to actually know what it is you're going to outsource starts now, even if you don't think you're ready to start outsourcing yet. So we're looking at this document here, which is got clickable links, and obviously you clicked on the first one to access this video. There's the next two links will take you firstly to a chart so you can actually document what you're doing each day. I'll talk about that in a second. And lastly, a prioritization chart so you can actually put things down in a order that you're actually going to start getting those outsourced and getting those documented in your operations manual. So first of all, if you don't know what you're doing with your day, it's impossible to know what you need to be outsourcing to somebody else. So we typically we sleep for 6 to 8 hours. So for the rest of the day, we're doing something. And if you can start documenting what it is you're doing with your time, both for work and for sort of non-work, so household stuff, or even actually enjoying yourself, then you can see, is there a balance between the two? And more importantly, what are those things do I A, enjoy doing, and B, don't enjoy doing? And therefore, which of those things can I get rid of and delegate out? And the only way to do that effectively is to start actually writing down what you do each day for a week, ideally 2 weeks, and actually then you can look back at it and say, okay, this is how I spend my average day or my average days. And it'll change on day to day. The idea is to get it all down rather than sort of guessing at the end of the week and trying to remember what it is you've done. And more importantly, what it is that's really dragging on or drawing on your time, which could be better spent elsewhere doing high income generating tasks or just spending time doing the stuff that you love to do each day with your friends and family. So this is the first thing. And it's broken up into half-an-hour slots. You can obviously break this down further if you want to 15-minute slots, or you could just write down, split the half-an-hour slots into 2 and write it down as you're doing stuff. What I recommend doing is setting an alarm on your watch every 30 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever works for you, and that will remind you to make a note of it. Print this thing off, stick it on your desktop so you can edit it easily. Don't, whatever you do, leave it somewhere that's inaccessible. You need this in your pocket when you're out and about so you can jot down what it is you're doing, what you're spending your time doing, what you're wasting your time on, what's productive. And ideally, if you want to take this one step further, write down how you feel. Are you in your flow? Have you got energy? Are you feeling that you're enjoying doing what you're doing? Or is it really dragging all the life and soul out of you and making your day a nightmare? Those are important things to consider when you're deciding what it is you want to offload. Get off your workload first. So once you've got that, ideally, as I say, for a week, a couple of weeks, then you can next move on to the next stage. And the next stage is to look at what it is you're going to actually outsource. So this chart is basically just a list of tasks. So rather than doing hour by hour, you're now consolidating those all together, and you're going to write those down into tasks, and then you're going to put how long have you spent on that task in that week? So that's time. So that's a high frequency or a high amount of time or a low amount of time, for example. What the frequency of that task is. So how often do you have to do that task in the week or the 2 weeks? And again, high frequency, low frequency. The value is what the value of that task is to your company. And if it's a high value or high income generating task, then obviously H will go in there. Now the complexity, to outsource something easily, you need it to be fairly simple. If you try to start outsourcing complex multi-step tasks, then it takes too long to get it right, and you'll find you find yourself actually causing yourself more time to set them up than you actually benefit from in the early stages. So to begin with, start with the low-hanging fruit. Start with the easy stuff. And lastly, fun. Is it fun to do? If you really enjoy doing something, then keep hold of it, because you need that in your day to keep you smiling and keep yourself enjoying life. Don't outsource everything that you love doing, even if it is easy to outsource and a high income generating task. Keep some back for yourself. Now, when you're prioritizing these, you can use these criteria as a start, but you obviously need to also have your personal preference, or you can weight these if you like. So which ones are important to you? So for example, if generating income is very important, then you can put a higher weighting on that particular value. So once you've got your list, it doesn't need to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It can be, you can have 5 5s in there and 2 1s. It's just about ordering to start thinking, okay, give it some structure, have a system in place for how you're going to outsource. And so once you've got that, you can then start actually thinking about how you're going to get those tasks actually outsourced and delegated to employees, to your new employees, to your VAs, which we'll cover in other tutorials. Thank you.